A Genius for War by Jonathan Morris continues the Once and Future saga in the same way as Past Lives and The Artist at the End of Time by Meandering, and this time we meander during the Time War, once again keeping the eye off the ball. The ball being what is causing the Doctor's degenerations.
Just wanted to take a moment to say, if you're new here and you happen to enjoy this video, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like.
When it comes to the special edition CDs for Once and Future, it's been nothing short of a disaster. There's been a lot of supply problems. For instance, the first CD for Past Lives came out in June 2023, and on first inspection you think, okay, it's fine, but we later got this special edition sleeve, because initially we only got it like this. We didn't get this removable sleeve, and we didn't get this new snazzy logo, because you can see the slight difference on the jewel case cover as opposed to this cardboard cover. And a lot of people had issues with this because there's a few scratches on here. My one isn't too bad. I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact, but a lot of people have ended up with much worse version of this. It just depends on who delivers it in the post. So a lot of people have been unfortunate with this. Now, considering that this is meant to be a special edition, it's meant to be a collector's item because limited to only 3,000. This is number 40 for Past Lives. It's just been a hell of a saga, and because of this, Big Finish ended up having to release replacement covers. Now, I've not used these, but I can use them if I want. These are replacement covers for the first 3 stories that we've got in Once and Future, and yeah, it's just been nothing short of a disaster, and it has taken an absolute age for them to release these stories on these special edition CDs, because as of time of recording, I'm still yet to receive the Eccleston story and the McGann story. I do have the Colin Baker one, and I do have the David Tennant one, but yeah, this has just been a really bizarre turn of events when it's come to these special edition CDs, and I'm pretty sure Big Finish will be looking to do something different in the future, because a lot of people have been very unhappy in terms of how long it's taken for these to come out on physical media, and just the problems with the overall packaging, and it's not really sticking to the promise that Big Finish gave us when this was announced. We'll just take a brief look in the inside of this particular CD for the sake of this review. You know, it's still standard. You have your disc, which I've got to say is very nice. Just take the disc out. You have an advertisement for other box sets featuring Sylvester McCoy, and then you get your standard leaflet, and you've got notes by the writer there.
With this being a story featuring Davros and the Daleks, I did wonder whether this would be just another bang average script. One can be forgiven for thinking this, as Big Finish have done this like a gazillion times by now. However, the combination of Sylvester McCoy's electric performance, Terry Malloy's reliable turn as Davros, and Morris's callbacks to previous Dalek stories like Genesis. Yep, we get that for like the millionth time, along with references to even the Capaldi era. Yes, you heard that right. Now, it's not really a massive spoiler, but this story attempts to tackle the hybrid storyline from Series 9, and it somewhat makes it more interesting. I say somewhat because by the end, it does feel undercut by just the hour runtime. Had this been a multi-part adventure like something from the monthly range, maybe we could have got something more. For what it's worth though, this one's a lot of fun, and it's the best out of the first 3 Once and Future releases. In this, Davros has been imprisoned on the moon of Skaro by the Daleks, who are loyal to their emperor. He wants the Doctor to rescue him. He contacts the Time Lords with the promise that if he is rescued, he will help them win the Time War. Jesus Christ. It's so predictable how this one's going to play out, isn't it? He's obviously going to betray everyone left, right and centre. But I'd be lying if I said I got bored by this story, because actually McCoy sells it with his performance. The use of characters like the General and Velkin are actually effective. I like how this story can just tie into the events which play out during the Capaldi era, even if it is a bit messy in terms of the pacing. Nevertheless, I'm down for this to be explored further in future Big Finish audios. It's annoying that 3 stories into this saga, we are none the wiser as to how the Doctor is degenerating, and we don't know about this diamond in the sky yet. Only the beginning and the end of the story really offers anything relating to the overarching theme of the series, and even then, it's brief cameos by Doctors 1, 2 and 3. Ignoring that though, this is a decent audio. Yeah, it's fan wanky, but it is the perfect excuse for us to escape to a world where the 7th Doctor is involved in the Time War, even though he doesn't really do anything spectacular in the grand scheme of things, apart from rescue Davros, encounter Daleks, and move the story along.